Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now today I thought I'd just have a look at what the Cymbidiums were doing. I think I've got about 5 altogether, but I've only got 3 on the table here. I'm in the kitchen. It's very difficult videoing because I haven't got much room to do it. I see I've closed the greenhouse down because of the energy crisis, so I've got to have everything indoors. Anyhow, let's have a look at the Cymbidiums. Now a few of you might not know what's the difference in the spikes. The thing is, if a spike is coming up like this one, I mean the difference between the bloom spikes and the growth spikes are not that much different. And the only way I can tell is that this is a bloom spike because the actual spike itself, the actual growth itself, is round. And oh, I've just seen another one as well coming up there. That's another flower spike, so that's 2 flower spikes on that because that's nice and rounded, as you can see. But on the excuse me, on the growth spikes, they look a little bit like this one I'll show you. Now that's a growth spike, as you can see. It's quite flat, not rounded and full of one thing and another, and that will grow up and it'll get very tall before it starts developing a pseudobulb. As you can see at the side of it, there's a new growth there, and that hasn't got a pseudobulb yet, but it will have when it gets probably 2 or 3 times bigger than what it is. But that's the difference between them. If they're going to bloom, it's round, and if it's going to be a growth, it's going to be a bit flat. And this is another one coming up here on this small plant, and that's nice and round, as you can tell. And that's going to be a flower spike as well. Well, as you know, Cymbidiums are semi-terrestrial, and they come from Asia through to the semi-tropical areas of Australia and a few more places besides that. But like most orchids, they like a free draining media. So I have mine planted in lodge bark or coconut husk, which have been desalted, if you know what I mean by that. You know, the coconut husks grow sort of round the coast, and they have a lot of salt content in them. So if you plant these Cymbidiums in pure coconut husk, then you're going to have trouble with them, with the salts. But I have seen them growing in small pebbles or larger pebbles, also with a variety of putting some peated soil in it, which is added to the large size medium, which stops the medium becoming compact with the soil. Now these are heavy feeders, and I've just fed mine with a rain mix solution, which is a copy of the MSU in the States, and I've fed them at a ppm of 565. I'm a little bit late in the season for doing that, but seeing as I've got some spikes on them, then I thought I'd just give them that just for a change. And I know of a grower that puts in every feed at 600 parts per million. It says because there's such a heavy feeder of plants, and the more you feed them, the better they will do. Now I'll be feeding these sort of 3 times out of 4 in the weeks. If they need it every week, if they need it every fortnight, I'll do it then. But for every 4th watering, I will just use Epsom salts, a nice mix of Epsom salts, which will, when you put it in the pot, it will bind itself to the salts that haven't been used by the Cymbidium, and it will just flush them away. Now these are heavy feeders, and in the growing season, which is generally from March to September, they will need a high nitrogen content, you know, to give them the boost and everything, and get them ready for the blooming season. Come September, then you change to sort of a blooming fertiliser, which will help a lot, and the cold weather in the winter months will really give them a boost to bloom. Now, as for temperatures of these in the warmer months, they appreciate temperatures from around 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, with a drop in temperature of around about 10 or 12 degrees, and in winter the maximum temperature will probably be up to about 10 centigrade and get as low as 1 centigrade. And this, as I said before, these colder periods will help in the blooming of these plants. But if your temperatures get a lot higher than this, then keep them in high light, semi-shaded with dapple sunlight, but never exposed to full sun. And now Cymbidiums like to feel a little bit cosy in the pots, and they like to be cramped, if you know what I mean. And after repotting the divisions, you want to give the cups time to heal. So just water them slightly after you've planted them, and then let them have a good dry out so the cups can heal up. Well, I don't think there's a lot more I can say about these plants. They're quite large, they take up a lot of room, of course, and the blooms of them are absolutely beautiful, whether they're species or whether they're hybrids. Some of the hybrid ones are absolutely gorgeous. So I don't know what these are going to be like. There's no labels in them. I hope that they prove to be very nice blooms, but we'll just have to wait and see. I know they've bloomed before, a few years ago anyhow, and I've neglected them over a period of time, so they haven't done anything. But I'm just getting interested in them again, and we'll see how they go. So that's about all I can tell you about Cymbidiums. So thanks very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.